Good afternoon. The good news is that I'm the one in the middle between you and your next coffee break. So you will enjoy the end. So I promise to be as fast as possible. The other thing that I promise is that I want to give you, how many startups are in the room today? How many developers? Students? Okay. Anybody working? Good. So I will show you how the new ecosystem in the multi-cloud platform, in the hybrid multi-cloud platform, is working. It's not the future, it's the reality. It's exactly what is happening today. And I would like you to take ideas how you can join this ecosystem. You will have at the very end of the presentation some information about the program where you can apply to play with the multi-cloud and see what it gives you in terms of role, whether you are an enterprise developer or startup or just a student. So, first of all, you have heard a lot about the digital transformation. What does it mean for enterprise today? First of all, inject new technology and new software in the system that they use. For them, it's important for the enterprise to access new data and new way to analyze data, because as someone said before, data is gold, it's mine. And then the last point that is really driving the agenda of the enterprises is to run their workload where convenient, whether it is on premises, whether it is on cloud, or whether it's somewhere else. So let's have a look at the reality today. So today we have the traditional IT environment, the typical data center sitting in the underground of some building. Then you have some private cloud, you rent some space. And then you have some public cloud. You have Google, you have Amazon, you have Azure. If you look at today, you know that today already 94% of the companies of the enterprise share a type of cloud, use a type of cloud. And 67 use more than one public cloud. Very often, when you start a conversation with the CIO, with the CTO, they say, no, we don't. But then after 20 minutes, they share that in reality they do, and sometimes they are not aware. Despite that, only 20% of the current workload is in the cloud. There is 80% that it's still there, still in on-prem, and it's the opportunity for the future. Why it's not there? Well, there are some concerns. Some are concerned about moving among clouds, or connectivity, or even more important, the consistency of managing the different type of clouds. So this situation brings to the enterprise to have two type of hybrid cloud. The single cloud, where you have your traditional IT and maybe a backup center somewhere else. You have there the same software because it's a mirrored IT. You have the same software, the same hardware, the same application, nothing different. Then you have another situation, which is the hybrid multi-cloud, where you have a consistency among the cloud, but you don't have the same software, you don't have the same application, you use as needed, and you have an open standard, which is the new way to work. The open standard is really the way for you guys in this audience to access this world without creating a big software house, without being a system integrator and so on. You can access this ecosystem, and I will show you why. By the way, you see in the bottom the different clouds. So regardless who is the vendor, it's important that you can access the best functionalities of each of each of them. Now, I'm Italian, and as a good Italian, I love coffee. So I love to make an analogy between data and coffee bean. Okay? So you know that coffee bean can be several types. They come from several places. We store them in different ways. We transport them differently, and we consume them in different ways. How this apply the analogy to the IT? Well, you prepare your coffee on-prem. You have your coffee maker at home, you buy your coffee, you make it. And that's its on-prem coffee. Then you have a private cloud. You have this is most likely happening in the offices. You have a vendor that brings you the equipment, brings you the coffee, brings you the capsules, whatever, and you just prepare the coffee. You have one vendor coming in and you make your coffee. The equipment is scalable because your business grows, you rent the next floor, you call the guy and say, bring me another coffee maker, and they will bring it. This is a cloud in your, a private cloud in your office. Then you have a public cloud. So you finish in 10 minutes when we have the break, you go outside, you go to the next corner, and you have a coffee shop. And then a public cloud. Everybody can buy coffee there, and you can share that coffee with everybody else in the world. Now, the question is, do you want to drink coffee only to the guy here in the corner? Probably not, because tomorrow you will be in another place, or maybe you like to drink a different coffee. So for the same reason, we think that data should be used should be managed in different ways. Now, if you compare the coffee bean to the data, then you can compare the application, an end-to-end application, to the coffee, which means that, like the coffee, the application put data together, you add some code, and you get the final result, okay? And the goal is to drink it everywhere you want. How do you transport coffee? You transport coffee with containers. How do you transport today applications? You transport applications through containers. So, the big idea here is to make your application once and run it anywhere. Run it anywhere you like. This is the concept of the containers, and this is the result of the acquisition that we have recently done with Red Hat. So IBM acquired Red Hat and created the best solution for a hybrid multi-cloud. So how it works? We said containers. Why containers are the future of the IT? Because the concept of build, ship, and run, they are more efficient. They are based on Linux, so open, and they enable the agile business. Because again, you build once, run anywhere, or you don't even build. You just find what you have available in the world of open source. You can access all the clouds, all the existing clouds, and get the best from there. And when I mean the best, I mean artificial intelligence, I mean already prepared code that you can just choose and play. So what's going to happen in this new world of the hybrid multi-cloud? You use the open standard to free up developers, to free up really apps to modernize your legacy application. You leverage on the open source. And this is important for you guys, mainly the developers. You can develop and sell your product in a cloud platform to the companies that will like your solution and will just take it there. And this is your way to access the market. You will see in the last chart dedicated to the startup. Everything has to be secure, so the access has to be given in a secure way, and data have to be protected, and this is standard. there are several use cases to have the multi-cloud implemented. Whether you need to scale the cloud or to create a disaster recovery solution, to integrate software as a service from the open source, to extend and modernize your legacy, create the DevOps, so the mix between developers and operations, get the application in production while you are still developing it, optimize and edge computing. All the devices that you are currently in your hands are part of a big multi-cloud. So make sure that you can leverage on these things. So the 5 principles, to summarize what I told you so far. And hybrid, so use public, private, and traditional environment at the same time. Multi-cloud, use different vendors. Open, leverage on the open source capability. Secure, nothing to say there. Management, think about the complexity of managing different platforms at the same time, in the same environment. This is the most complex thing, and this is what we are making available with Red Hat. So what are the benefits of having this multi-cloud environment? Faster development, cost reduction, and this maybe doesn't apply to your case, but what about the go-to-market? When business leader ask you to release an application, because this is the new trend in the market, and you release them the application after 12 months, I think most of the cases, the trend has gone, it's different. So you have to start from scratch. When you release an application in a matter of, don't want to say hours, but days, they will be able to get to the market much faster and to make revenue. This is what the business leaders are looking for, how to make revenue. Don't neglect the governance and compliance. Using containers, using microservices, the governance and compliance is already embedded there the first time. So when you reuse, you don't have to recode it from scratch. So to get in one page the platform, the hybrid multi-cloud platform, you see the infrastructure layer, whatever cloud you like, whatever cloud the enterprise like, on-prem, doesn't matter. You have everything there available to be used. Then you have the Red Hat OpenShift or Enterprise Linux that orchestrate the open source and makes you harmonizing the full infrastructure and what comes later. What comes after that is the applications, the data, the integration among all of those elements, the automation, and finally the management of the multi-cloud. What are the services that you can build out of that for the enterprise? Advise them how to use the multi-cloud. Help them to move to the cloud. Build the new application native in cloud and manage it. The principle again are modernize once, innovate anywhere, and move freely. Move your workload, your data, your application from one cloud to another, whether it's you are on-prem or you are private cloud or you are public cloud. With Red Hat, you can do easy moving based on where it's more convenient for you. So, how we help as IBM the enterprises to approach in this journey. The containerized software is the way. So we have prepared, and you will see in the next chart, a set of softwares based on the purpose that the enterprise has. They are called Cloud Pak. They are based on Red Hat OpenShift. And the first pack is for application, so this helps you to analyze the application, to modernize them, to transform, and to build the new ones in cloud. Then you have a set for data, Cloud Pack for data. This will help you to collect data, analyze data, make them structured, and use the data to add some artificial intelligence to bring new insights to the business. Integration, it's about integrating all of the works that you currently have, automate all of this environment, and manage it. So I have repeated a little bit those things, but those are the very important things. Now, this is the last chart before the startup and 2 charts before your coffee, before you fall asleep. So all of this means that you can create ones, run anywhere, that you can provide new insight to your client or to your enterprise to use data, deliver your capabilities anywhere, so across all the clouds that you have, modernize your critical mission. You remember that I said before that only 20% is in cloud, because 80% is still big part critical mission, and enterprises are really working hard to get that transformed. Adding new experience to the clients, because you provide them a much wider range of data and opportunities and application, and at the end, embed AI, artificial intelligence, in your solution. Now, you will like this one, which is the IBM program for the startups and for the developers. I said before, we are now working a lot on the open source. And in the IBM Cloud, you can access a lot of application, ready-made application. You can develop there, you can get data, you can do a lot of things. What is the opportunity for you? The opportunity for you is to learn how to develop application in a cloud and how to make them available worldwide to everybody that can access the IBM Cloud. You can be visible by million people. You can leverage on the work that million people have already done in developing there. What is the incentive that we are offering to the startups? Get $12,000 credit to play with it, to develop, and believe me, it's a lot of money. You can do a lot of things. You can use storage and you can use blockchain. We have seen guys 16 years old overnight developing application with blockchain, and sending, creating a prototype of satellite just using the platform. And they never accessed the platform until the morning. So that was, a great way for us to see how effective it was. So this is an invite for the startups to have a look to this one. So here you have all the links. The last one needs a login to access. So you need to register, which is fine. There is nothing happening. But get the information here. If you really want to play with it, just apply. You will get education, you will get training. And once you have learned enough to develop something, we can offer you also support with specialized, with technical people that will help you to create the idea. So this is what I wanted to leave you with. You can contact me anytime. I wish you a great coffee break. Have a great day.